Okay, this has been a long day. Does that tell you anything right off the bat? Okay. In the earlier video, I don't know what I'm posting, not posting. I don't know what it looks like. I haven't looked at it yet. Me and Junior decided to take the car for a ride. So we took it out on the avenue, and I figured I was going to bring it up to close to $7,000. Which I did. I think the telltale's reading around 6,800. And I just saw smoke come wailing out the side. It looked like the yellow 57 for Hollywood Nights when they blew it up on the movie set. So it didn't sound like that, it just looked like that. So I was like, okay. Came back home, I had oil coming out everywhere on the bottom. So I said to Junior, I said, holy crap. I said, it's coming out everywhere. I don't have a clear shot between the valve cover and the header gasket to the header flange. Oil could roll right past it, and it was all wet right there on the head. So I wiped it the best I could, ran in a minute, got under there. I checked the oil line to the gauge, and I have a T in there, factory T, and I have an oil pressure idiot light. The factory light still turns on with this car. That was dry, but yet the oil is coming from there. It's actually here, and all in here is soaked. These two plug wires are soaked. Back there is relatively dry. There's oil on the tubes. Okay, so I said to Junior, let's just pull out the valve cover, just double check. Forgetting that when we took it to the show, we smelled an oil leak coming home bad. Okay, never saw smoke, but we smelled it. We tasted it. Okay. Now, prior to that show, I went underneath this car and cleaned it like I do every time I take this car out to a show. Okay, everything looked good under there, looked normal. Now, everything under there is soaked. Okay, we lost a couple of these. Now these I just dug out of my spare hardware and nitrous jets and all sorts of other shit, container bin thing that I have. We lost two, and the other ones were like halfway out of the oil pan bolts. Okay, now I haven't checked them since I put the engine together. Why would I check them? Nothing was ever leaking from them. But I guess when we brought up that windage, it was enough to do it. So I tightened up the front ones. I didn't realize the back ones were missing. Refired up the engine, and the front leak went away because there's actually two leaks coming down. It's weird. It goes in the back of the engine, you miss the mount, and then it comes down the front. Even with these bearings right here, actually. Even with this main right here, and even with that main right here is where it's all really coming out. So there's a bolt here on the front cover. There's a bigger one here I tightened. I was able to get this one, and that one. And that's all I did. And all this oil leak stopped. So now, after running around to many stores, I used to have a 1/4-inch extension that was made out of a spring. You guys probably remember that. Anybody that's in the field a while. Sears used to sell it. I ran to work, dug through my box. I remember lending it to somebody. They didn't return it. I can't even tell you how long ago that was. I remember the conversation saying if you're going to try and break something free that's tight, it's useless. But if you have to get around the corner and just get something in light, it's good. Well, I went around to multiple places, couldn't find it. Went online. A Sears from my house, 15 miles from my house, said they had it in stock. I ran there. There was the hook empty. Okay. This is the only time I'm happy I used Allen keys. That's not grease, that's butyl tape. So basically what you have is a 1/4-inch extension. I think it's 18 inches. 1/4-inch swivel, 1/4-inch socket, and then these. I could not find a 3/16 in a 1/4-inch drive. I didn't even have one at work. So I bought the bits and just used a 1/4-inch socket. So now the two end ones are 1/4-inch, so I gotta slip a quarter into there. So I'll dig out a quarter from here, and there you go. It should be that bottom one. And let's check the end ones. And yes, they're all loose, both sides. Yeah, some on the left side, back ones are falling out. So let's see what we got. found no leaks. Haven't taken it for a romping, but let me tell you, all you had to do was start it. It was pouring onto the floor. So we got to decide we're going to do this one valve cover now, and I have to start cleaning. I gave underneath a quick wipe, that was it, just so I wouldn't get massively oily, which I am. But yeah, we gotta definitely come up in here and underneath. So most of it's wiped off underneath. All the steering linkage, the I-beam, the leaf spring, the center link, that's all wiped off. A little bit of the pan is wiped off. I gotta finish wiping off the starter. And that was it. And like I said, they were all loose, guys. They were all loose. Like Junior says, what do you expect? You got solid mounts. Everything's gonna vibrate and fall off. And I guess he's right.